Hello everyone, it's Jessica here with another layout for Miranda Weber's 52 Weeks of 52 Favorite Photos Hop. It happens every Monday at 10 a.m. and I've got two that I'm catching up in my 2022 memory planner, or 52 favorites album I like to call it. It's when I take one weekly photo that's a favorite and I put it into this little 4x4 mini album, and I just document this memory using all kinds of little bits and pieces all around here. So I've got a background paper by 49 and Market that I'm using for the one photo of myself and my son, and the other one's just some leftover craft paper that I have a scrap of. This yellow paper I believe is also by 49 and Market that I'm using. I'm just stamping my week number on here with an Ellie's Studio stamp, and then using some more Ellie's little labels here to just stamp my date on for this page on the right. Then I'm just going to use a whole bunch of embellishments from this Simple Stories, I think it's called Summer Snapshots collection. So I'm just grabbing mainly all the little wordy bits at the bottom, and I just like to add just little clusters of things all along the side of the paper that my photo isn't on. I usually try to shift my photo to one side or the other so that I can decorate the other side. I do try to leave a little bit of the paper peeking out here and there, so we'll see how I do today. These little bits here that I'm cutting out, and this little sun is from an older Hip Kit Club kit, so I'm just using some bits from there. And this sun, I'm just going to run it off the page a little bit, and then I'm just going to trim off the excess. I'm going to go ahead and stick my week number down there, and I'm just using my ATG gun for this. Mainly, sometimes I grab some Nuvo glue depending on what I'm gluing down. I usually like to use my little Tim Holtz tiny attacher stapler as well, just to staple down any little puffy hearts or stars or anything like that I add, just because I really like the way that the staples look, and it also helps hold those embellishments into my little pages here. They do go inside little page protectors, but I like them to have that little extra reinforcement. I've got more little wordy bits I'm just going to tuck in here and continue building this page. I've got my little date on here, and I just like to use a bunch of little word phrases on here. Sometimes I use some thin flair from Scrap and Happy Studios. Sometimes I use circular embellishments, like you see that little circular adhesive brad towards the bottom there, but super easy and simple, and it's a really good way to use up a lot of these leftover bits that you have from kits or collections that maybe you haven't touched in a while. So if I have little bits and pieces left over like this, like these little puffy stickers from Citrus Twist kits, a lot of times I will just add this to my little memory planning bin, where I just kind of grab all of these random embellishments and make a little page like this. So it's easy to grab and easy to use up some of your stash. This is my second one that I'll be working on today. I like to do two on these videos for these weekly hops, just because I am playing catch up and trying to get my year 2022 all finished up. I think I calculated that I have like 8 pages left in this particular little book, and then I also have a pregnancy album from that year as well that I'm finishing. I don't know why I didn't keep up with it. I just kind of set it aside and thought that I would just get back to it, but I'm just playing catch up with it now, trying to get some of these projects that I have out finished up this year. That's one of my goals for the year, is just trying to get some things finished up and off my, they're not really on my desk, but just out of my space, because I would rather have these cute little mini books displayed on my shelf than have them in progress and just kind of sitting around. So that's one of my goals, is to get some of these projects finished up. Wasn't sure where I wanted to put that little week sign on there, so I kept moving it around. This photo here is one of my husband. He was really super proud of how well our beets did that year in the garden, and he's holding a whole slew of them in both of his hands. They were just huge that year. I don't know, we had a really good year for our garden that year. We haven't had a good garden year since then, I will say. Our garden has not been that thriving and crazy good since 2022, and I don't really know why. It's in the same spot. that. We've actually done some more things to try to condition the soil, but it's kind of hit or miss around Central PA for gardening, and really depends on the year that we have. And sometimes our cucumbers go bad, sometimes the tomatoes get hit with blight. It just really depends how the year does. But this particular year was amazing, and every single thing in our garden was really thriving that year. So we had a lot of fun with it. Here's what the finished little spreads look like in my little 4x4 mini album, which I will link below the album that I use. And make sure you check out the playlist to see who else is playing along today. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.